Welcome back.
Welcome back indeed.
This is Spider, and I'm joined by the beautiful and talented
Awkward.
Val Capone.
Yeah, I'm pretty thrilled to be here. This is an excellent weekend, and every roller derby tournament has like a special place in your heart. But I'm very excited to be at my first ever MRDA championship tournament. I know that you were there last year when it was hosted by the defending champs in New York, Shock Exchange, correct? In Old Bethpage, New York?
That is absolutely correct.
Yeah, I remember because it burns like a thorn in my side because I couldn't be there. So I'm thrilled that I get to be here, especially calling a game with you, one of my sisters from another mister. And we've seen a lot of really good derby action in the first day. I can't even wait to see what tomorrow. I want to go to sleep as soon as this game is over so I can wake up and it'll be like Derb-miss morning, like Christmas morning.
And tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, it will be your mom taking on Magic City Misfits.
Wow.
And then
I'm waking up for that.
I know it. And then at 11 a.m. will be, and again, Central Standard Time, it'll be the New York Shock Exchange and the Gatekeepers. And we want you to tune in to Derby News Network to watch how that sort of plays out, because those teams then have an opportunity to fight for the winning spot, the number one seed, the number one team.
To be the champion of MRDA, Men's Roller Derby Association.
Speed dealer number 53 looking to get it through. Biggie Tall's trying to create a window there on the inside lane. It works out well. Oh, maybe not.
Not as well as we had hoped. Unfortunately, he did a track cut major, so we got Rhino as your lead jammer. Sorry, that was my pen hitting the microphone. I'm taking notes.
I thought it had blown up in my ear. I'm like, that's not good.
I'm sorry. Speed dealer, not good. Speaking of not good, sitting in the penalty box.
This really is an opportunity, though, for the Dallas Deception to increase that or decrease the point gap, as they're sitting at 23 with the Outcasts at 115.
Now, unfortunately, the Dallas Deception is going to be having Chuck Rydell in the penalty box. He got charged with a destruction of the pack. Chuck was up top with the rest of the pack, which was Puget Sound. 3 of the Dallas Deception were kind of leaning back towards the back of the pack, and Chuck dropped back, got sent to the box for a major. Now, Rhino just hit the track, and his star popped off his helmet. You got to pull it all the way down. Oh, it looks like he's going to pass the star to the pivot. And that is Dr. Feelgood. Quadzilla is saying, really? You better get behind me, fool.
And he was having a difficult time adjusting that. Oh, and then he tries to jump the apex. He actually
caught up on Chuck. Yeah, no penalty, though. It was completely incidental. Speed dealer's out and around the outside.
Oh, taken on. Magnum eats pie. He gets around him on that initial pass. Oh, dear.
Wow. Dr. Feelgood taking a tumble in the infield as Speed Dealer starts racking up the points.
We now have
Rhino. Looks like he's having a little bit of a trouble. Not sure if it's a skate or if it's a medic thing, but he's taking himself off the track. Well, he got up, so it may not have been a medical issue, although he kind of is holding his nose face area.
Yeah.
The area on your face that's called the nose.
Yes, I'm quite familiar, actually. I have one, in fact.
Now, what's interesting is that Dr. Feelgood is in the penalty box, but he took his star off. Being a newer skater to roller derby, he may not be as familiar with the rules, but he is going to have to start out in the penalty box as the jammer. Not quite sure what the penalty was there. I'm really sorry, folks.
Magnum eats pie, trying to connect with Ryrod near the inside line. Ryrod able to slip right past to pick up lead jammer status for the Outcasts. Dewey Decimator was knocked out of bounds, and then they were running a trap back to pack, it appeared to me. And that came apart, and the Outcasts sort of waterfalled on the outside. Ryrod pulling through for 5 points on the scoreboard for the Puget Sound Outcasts. Huge hit on Earl Slick as he hits the sport court.
24, Earl Slick hitting on number 12, Wacopath.
Radillac, Earl Slick, Cougar Bait, and Thunderstruck running that.
That's a pretty mean pack right there. especially considering your jammer is Rye Rod. That's infinite times of awesome, that pack right there.
Or that instills fear, depending upon how you're looking at that.
That's true. So we got 5 points up on the board. Dr. Feelgood is out, stays on his feet, gets around Thunderstruck.
Oh, he's going to get a cut track major.
Yeah, cut track major. And that's one of the things, it's just one of those things when you're new to Derby, you got to be really careful with those major track cuts, with any track cut, really. Something tells me after this weekend he's definitely going to have learned his lesson.
Yes, that does tend to happen.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
One can only hope.
We again have a power jam, I believe, in favor of the Outcasts, but we are going into an official timeout and introducing the newest Vanilla Derby products for the 2013 season, the Straight Jacket and the Brass Knuckle Blackout Boots, with the brand new look made with Italian leather and now offering half sizes. Whatever you need, Vanilla Derby has you covered.
I wonder if well, with the half sizes, because you know people often have 2 different size feet. I wonder if they would do one skate half size larger. I'm gonna have to ask them about it while I'm here.
That's an interesting
go walk
question.
over to Vanilla and talk to some of the Magic City Misfits and see if that is an option.
I think that is a very excellent plan, Doc Palm.
All right, so unfortunately, Dr. Feelgood is starting in the penalty box.
And stand aside. First time he's had the star on in quite a while, I believe, if at all, in the first half. So definitely the first time in the second half. He's going to try to make his way around Chuck Rydell. He does it. He then moves around number 712, Bulk Brogan, take lead jammer status for the Outcasts.
Yeah, this is his first time jamming in the second half, only second time jamming this game, according to my officially unofficial stats. Stand the side gets past, picks up 5 more points for Puget Sound Outcasts.
We have a cutting the track major called on. Whoa, we have 2 blockers now headed to the penalty box for the Dallas Deception, Frankenbones, and number 18, Uncle Jesse.
McNasty.
And will there be room for him to sit down?
Nope, he's going to have to return to the track, which means he's going to have to stay on the track until his seat is vacated. And here comes Stand the Side. Hollywood Chuck Hendricks takes down Dr. Feelgood. Dr. Feelgood kind of turtles a little bit on the track, gets up. Stand Aside now takes a turn sitting on the track.
That was genius by Dr. Feelgood. You could just see him hunker down and go for the race. He's like, I'm going to go all out.
Yeah, totally. Well, and that's what Matomic was telling me, that from day one, he just came out hardcore with Dallas Deception, that he had showed no fear, just straight up went for it.
As many of us, apparently, Derby has taken his soul as well.
Yes. And I think he's okay with that. I know we're sure glad he found Derby, or at least I am. I'm entertained by his toe stop mania. So we have Ninja Please on the line, facing off against Speed Dealer.
Yeah, a definitive pack advantage in favor of the Outcasts with 3 blockers to 1. Godzilla originally turning around to face the opponent, turning back around. Whoa.
Okay, now we're hearing lots of whistles being blown. It looks like Bonus Jonas is going to the penalty box. Not sure what the call is, but I did hear Major shouted loudly. Out of the pack first is Speed Dealer. He's going to be your lead jammer as well.
So a testament to how strong Dallas was in that, as they started out with only 1 blocker on the track. So, you know, just based on numbers, the Outcasts should have had the advantage, capitalize on that, but that, you know, nicely done by Dallas.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, the scoreboard is not always indicative of the intensity on the track. Dallas doing a great job at holding Puget in this jam.
And Dallas definitely hanging in there. And they you know, sometimes you can watch a league sort of deteriorate, fall apart, because they feel that point difference.
Yeah.
But Dallas does not appear that way. They appear to be just up and ready to go and putting forth the same amount of pressure and effort.
Now putting forth, Speed Dealer just put 4 points on the board for Puget Sound.
May the 4th be with him.
Oh, I love Star Wars jokes. Star Wars and calendar jokes are my favorite.
Speed Dealer running into a 3-wall at the front. He gets around Chuck Rydell on the inside for 4 more points. And struggling at the back of, oh dear. We have Ninja Please headed to the penalty box. He is the jammer for Dallas Deception. This is now Power Jam for Speed Dealer. Speed Dealer trying to muscle his way around Uncle Jesse McNasty. Switches it up, rotates to the inside with that lateral movement. He then puts some points on the scoreboard for Puget Sound Outcasts before he calls off the jam. We are at 21 minutes, 40 seconds on the second period clock. The scoreboard reads 170 points for the Outcasts, Dallas 37.
Wow, people are excited.
And that was the house announcer, Macabre, doing a cheer for the audience to do a cheer for Dallas Deception.
Okay.
And they all went wild.
Oh, and the crowd, as they say, went wild.
Uh-huh.
So now we have Rod jamming unopposed because, unfortunately, it looks like Ninja Please ended up in the penalty box. Rod trying to fight past Rhino at the top of the pack. And he does get out, but did he get out clean? No, he did not. There was a minor track cut that says Pachinko, the jam ref for Puget Sound this period. Pachinko of Gotham Girls, former New York Stock Exchange player.
Yes, and this is not his first time at tournament level referee.
Yeah, no, I think we've seen him before.
He's been around.
Yeah, well, especially because he skates in circles. But
well,
Ayo.
Oh my.
Oh, hey.
And that's when stuff got weird.
So Rod is getting a little weird on his skates right there. Does a 360 past Rhino, picking up 5 more points if I'm not mistaken. And the jammer Ninja Please is back out on the track, barreling his way through. Cougar Bait goes after him.
That was lovely to watch because you just watched him hop, like bounce up off the ground.
And he
moving
registered that was going on.
So good.
Oh, staying on 1 foot down. He goes, ooh, hello, jam a collision. Oh, that is a bummer. So I'm going to say sidekick. That's what I like to call a rough call.
So Ninja Please hits the floor. Rod is tangled up, and Rhino actually goes in for the hit and knocks him over.
Yeah.
Per my vantage point, which happened to be right.
And, you know, in the officials' in his favor, we couldn't see what he was seeing from the infield.
Absolutely
We can only see what our eyes see. My friend, there's some wisdom for you.
That was very prophetic. It
Yes.
was very
pathetic. Yes, it was very pathetic.
I know that.
Rod
there was no extra
right
R in there, sneaky girl.
Okay.
Rod with another 5 points on the scoreboard for the Outcasts. 19 minutes, 14 seconds left on the clock. 190 to 37 in favor of the Outcasts currently. We are going to have Chuck Hendrick, commonly known as Hollywood.
Chuck Berry. 37 on the board for Dallas, 195 for Puget Sound, 18:50 left.
And a team timeout now being called for the Dallas Deception. Ringster is proud to support Shock the UK.
Oh yeah, that's exciting. When I first read this copy, I was pretty impressed.
Roller Derby Tour of England in November of 2012. The New York Stock Exchange will play Manchester's New Wheeled Order.
Excellent name.
I was just about to say that. And London's Southern Discomfort. Also an excellent name. in an effort to expand the MRDA across the Atlantic.
And that, my friend, is excellent. There is nothing I love more than roller derby other than more roller derby. So, thank you, Ringster, for simplifying our life. As announcers, I mean, Ringster is really what makes us sound as intelligent as we do on the mic. Honestly, if we weren't fed these up-to-the-minute stats, these real-time stats that the wonderful folks at Ringster have created this program that even I can understand.
You understand a great many things, particularly about roller derby.
Oh, I thank you, my love.
Not completely dependent on Ringster as you calculate
you would be surprised.
And tab stats all on your own.
Aww.
But it is a great addition and truly.
Yeah, they're a wonderful, wonderful tool. So thank you to Ringster for supporting Shock the UK.
Oh, we got no pass, no penalty on Hollywood, so ineligible for lead jammer status.
But unfortunately, Ninja Please is still sitting in the sin bin.
So an opportunity for Hollywood to put some points on the scoreboard here. And he gets through for 5 points on the scoreboard for the Outcasts. If we haven't reached 200 points, we're dangerously close for the Outcasts.
Quadzilla and Ninja Please duking it out of the back of the pack. In comes 306 Dewey Decimator trying to decimate Quadzilla at the back of the pack. Hollywood Chuck gets forced into the infield, uses his teammate stand aside to scoot up the inside. Oh, wow. Ninja Please is back in the box again.
Oh, that's a plethora of times in the penalty box.
Tell me how many trips that's been.
So many trips. And we do have 17 minutes left of gameplay. And with that many trips to the penalty box, we're running, the risk of him.
Yeah. And
out.
You can see he's starting to get anxious and a little frustrated as his left leg is tapping in frustration in the penalty box, but it's starting to calm down a little bit now. I think he's starting to focus and saying, you got to shake it off.
It's the only thing you can do now.
Yeah.
You're already sitting in the box, so.
There's absolutely nothing you can do, regardless of how you perceive the officiating to be. That does not matter. The only thing that matters is what you can do once you get out of that box, and that is stay focused and stay clean and work with your teammates and communicate. That's all you can do. So there's no reason to get stressed out when you go to the box. You obviously have to recognize why you went there, but it doesn't do you any good to be upset about it.
Ninja Please now being released, and the deception slowing down the pack right there so he could re-enter, and we are going to have that jam come to its conclusion. We have 16 minutes, 46 seconds left in the first period. Puget Sound Outcast sitting at 214, Dallas at 37. Puget Sound Outcast running away with those points in the second half here. But again, as we mentioned, Dallas just, other than being a little frustrated and being in the box, it doesn't display that in their level of play on the track.
And, I got to be honest, as an announcer, I know that may sound like that's a cop-out of us trying to be happy, hunky-dory, making everybody feel proud about their achievements. Here's a participation badge. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is a lot of times, I'm sure you have, I know I have seen, skaters are down and they feel out. Dallas does not seem to feel out. Yeah, there's definitely frustrations, as we talked about. Ninja Please was kind of tapping his foot feverishly in the penalty box, trying to get some of that frustration out of his body physically. But they're still communicating. There's still strategy going on there. There's still a lot of risks, calculated and otherwise, that are being taken. And to me, that's a sign of a team that has not given up.
Oh, absolutely. And I was not paying just lip service.
Oh, no, not at all.
But by any means. I mean, truly,
like
you can see their faces and
the
watch
intensity that's there. They may be not scoring as much offensively, but in my book, they're scoring big time defense-wise. There's a lot of things that they're doing and doing very well as a team, with a lot of new players on that team. They're doing a great job. So, excuse me, sometimes, when you talk to people at after parties, they're like, you're always so positive, you're always so nice. And for me personally, and I know you're very similar, you love and respect the passion that the athletes have on the track, and you realize that we all do this for the love of the game. So the least we can do is say, congratulations, good job. But a lot of times people say, oh, you just say that to make people feel better. And I'm like, no, dude, you know what? When I watch Bulk Bogan take people out left and right, granted, he might go down to himself sometimes as well, but he goes for those big hits that, maybe you don't want to do on a Quadzilla, or you might not be brave enough to do. And Bulk Bogan's like, yeah, screw that. Me and my sports goggles are going to take this guy out. I love it. I love watching that intensity. And Ninja Please and Dr. Feelgood and Ramthrax are just jamming their faces off today, and Uncle Jesse McNasty and Rhino and Frank and Bean stepping up and jamming. They're doing a great job. So kudos to Dallas Deception for once again winning me over.
And the hearts of many viewers
certainly.
And listeners at home. Thunderstruck with the star for the Outcast. Rattleack trying to get in there, create some room. However, look at that. Ramthrax hopping through, picking up lead jammer status. He's did nice awareness, jammer awareness, as he, barely even looks over his left shoulder to just check, make sure where Thunderstruck is at.
Yeah, he's just kind of checking his rear view, if you will. Fights in, cuts up the inside, looking for some assistance from his teammate to block up the path of Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck, though, coming up to the back of the pack and is going to put points on the scoreboard as Dallas Deception.
Wow.
Oh, that was a nice jump.
Yeah, that was a nice jump. But, unfortunately, I don't think Ramthrax is aware that Thunderstruck also got through. So, you know what? He might as well try to go and score a few more points. Call the jam. 4-4 on that last pass for each jammer. And he's going to call the jam. Yep, not a bad call, because while it is advantageous to try to pick up at least one or two, you also run the risk of picking up penalties. So, nice work by Ramthrax. 41 for Dallas, 218 for Puget.
About 15 and a half minutes left on the second period clock, and this will be the last bout of today.
I know there's so much more awesome tomorrow.
So much more awesome. Ryrod, number 14, jamming for,
There you go.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about. Lots of hustle, lots of muscle. I said it earlier, and that completely is how I can only describe Dr. Feelgood.
And Dr. Feelgood, it was like the sea had opened.
Yeah,
and he
you
just
can
went,
definitely see those years of football coming into play. He runs like a running back through a defensive line. It's beautiful to see, and he does a lot of that on his toe stops. Not an easy task. Oh, big takeout by Bulk Bogan. That's the kind of hits I was talking about, Spider.
Wow.
Ryrod did a 180, was kind of spun around trying to regather himself. Was not down by any means, but then got laid out by Bulk Bogan. Nice work. Dr. Feelgood gets through, picks up a few points, and the Dallas Deception fans are loving every minute of that jam. Sometimes you're not going to win the game, but you can win that jam for sure.
And I would say that was definitely a win.
Yeah.
For Dr. Feelgood.
It's a win for us. We got to see that. That was a huge hit by Bulk Bogan.
I really did. It was like...
It was right in front of us. It was great. It was like, thank you for the cherry on top of the sundae, sir.
And Quadzilla, number 23, he has also not been in high jammer rotation
look
here.
At that guy. Look at that guy jamming against Ninja Please.
Forced to the infield there. He's able to recover, but Ninja Please going to bust through it around Hollywood. This is the kind of momentum that Dallas is needing.
Exactly. They just need, a couple of good jams of getting through together as a team. But unfortunately, you got a cut track minor. You can see again the frustration, but he's still skating. Quadzilla calls the jam off.
Time now working in favor of the Outcasts. Ninja Please incurring that minor penalty.
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, you got to get through cleanly. You got to get through legally, because you don't want to risk it, because somebody like Quadzilla, if he does get contained, I'm going to say it's not going to be for very long. So you really have to get out clean so that you have that control, so that you can call the jam when you want, as opposed to leaving it up to one of the masters of flat track roller derby. All right, we got Dr. Feelgood facing off against Speed Dealer. It's like a Motley Crue concert live right in front of us. Loving this.
And you just have to appreciate the speed.
Of Dealer?
Well, yes,
there you go, I did that.
And of the pack. Yes, you did. Lead jammer status awarded to Dr. Feelgood.
He's the one you call lead jammer. He's the one that's going to make it all right.
Speed Dealer now. Fourth minor cutting the track. This is now a power jam for
Dallas. For Dallas and Dr. Feelgood. Oh, look at that. Calls the jam. Not sure if you noticed that Speed Dealer went to the box, but you know what? I'm going to say that's A-okay, because they get a fresh set of legs out there. They are unopposed on the jam line. We're going to put Ramthrax out, make some stuff happen. Nice work by Dallas Deception. He did pick up 5 points on that pass, so little by little by little, adding to their point total of 56 on the board for Dallas, 218 for the PSOD. Puget Sound Outcast Derby.
Your new favorite little nickname.
Oh my God, I love it. PSOD.
An opportunity here for Dallas.
Yeah, for Ramthrax. Now, Radillac and Thunderstruck are taken out. Ramthrax in the center, but Ramthrax is pushing, trying to get past Ryrod. One blocker left to go. There you go, lead jammer. And back goes Dallas. It was like there was a choreographed dance move right there. Big wall of blue, big wall of blue. What do you do? Down goes. It's a counterclockwise block. Down goes Ramthrax, but he got back up. 5 points picked up on the board for Dallas Deception.
3 wall out in front now. Again, Thunderstruck sitting in the penalty box for the Outcasts.
Rhino just went to the sin bin.
And Ryrod laying out Ramthrax to the infield and doing like he does, moving way back. Speed Dealer then released as Ramthrax.
Yeah, and he just got an illegal procedure minor. He re-entered the track illegally, but it's only a minor, says Pachinko. Just clarifying in the infield on the whiteboard. 0 penalties, says Pachinko, for stand aside. All right, and we got Uncle Jesse McNasty.
I was waiting to see who the third blocker the Outcasts would put on the floor. That was Mo Diesel, 67 liters, joined by Quadzilla and Chuck Hendrick. Stand aside, putting his hands up, curious to see if that whistle had gone.
I was actually curious myself.
Did that happen? But he made a wise choice, so he didn't actually go forward and then get,
risk a minor,
right.
or perhaps a major, depending on how far he went. So we got a lead jammer, says Pachinko, and that is stand aside in the Puget Outcast Derby. Puget Sound Outcast Derby.
Hollywood, nice maneuvering at the back of the pack. Quadzilla then trying to race out.
Uncle Jesse says, no.
4 points on the scoreboard for stand aside. 9 minutes, 52 seconds left on the second period clock. Puget Sound Outcasts at 222 points. Dallas Deception at 65 points.
Looks like we're going to have an official timeout.
You know, and Green Monster would like to say, if you're skating on crap, it's not from us.
That's a pretty
strong statement.
You know, I'm not going to lie. They've got some fairly, I don't want to say wicked calls, but you know, the reads are pretty wicked. Meaning I feel like not only are they wicked, like totally wicked, but very inspired by the Wicked ladies, it sounds like. It sounds like B-Train and Strychnine have been writing their reads. That's the kind of stuff that those ladies would say. Or maybe just Short Bus was like, this is what we're doing. Let's do this. Quadzilla was like, yeah, I'm down, I'm in.
Okay,
Let's go get sushi. Sorry, folks, inside joke. Quadzilla loves sushi.
Not an inside joke any longer.
No, it's now outside the box.
And for many of you listening, may have known that he had a fondness for sushi.
Maybe also not considered it a joke because it was not funny. Speed Dealer is on the line for Puget Sound sushi lovers. And Ninja Please, I believe, is on the jam line. Yep, he sure is. He's fighting against Earl Slick and Biggie Talls and Gino Evil and Radillac. Yowza! That's an intense pack right there.
Speed Dealer going to run into the back of Rhino. Nice force out by Radillac there on the jammer for Dallas Deception. The pivot then running up against Speed Dealer. Speed Dealer pulls through for 5 points, or is that 4?
I believe that's 4 because Pachinko signaled that he skated out of bounds.
Fair enough.
Ninja Please trying to get past Gino Evil, or whatever that other name you call him is.
Gino Guerrero.
I'm just kidding. I'm a big supporter of Gino. He's a great guy. Ninja Please trying to find that hole. It's right behind Earl Slick.
Earl Slick doing a nice job with that positional blocking, so not really laying in the hits, just, you know, keeping position out in front of him.
Oh, wow.
that was interesting. So,
and what was that, darling?
Speed Dealer got a no pass, no penalty from the referee, and he actually did it back to him.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, thanks. Let's communicate like this." It was pretty excellent.
Dallas Deception all running at the front of the pack, trying to protect those points and stave off Speed Dealer at the same time. Speed Dealer is putting his hands to his hips, indicating that he would like for that jam to come to its end. The end. Not
right.
the end of this bout, however, because we do have 8 minutes left.
Yeah, we sure do.
And Outcasts at 239, Dallas Deception at 65. And after this, you might want to listen to some alternative music. So tune in to 88.1 KDHX today to hear real DJs playing music
Independent music plays here.
you won't hear anywhere else.
Nope. You can listen to it online, too.
Yes, it's true. KDHX.org.
Scott Hamilton taken to the outside.
Scotty now doing a little head bob as he tries to find an opportunity to get through. Oh, he gets taken down and taken down once more as Frankenbeans actually sort of topples right on top of him. He then hops back on his skates. He does clear the pack on that initial pass.
Dr. Feelgood, however, was declared lead jammer as he did get out first cleanly and legally. Ryrod goes to take him down. Dr. Feelgood gives him a good old check instead. Frankenbeans turns around and puts a Scott Slamilton on Scott Slamilton. Nice work by Peter Pandemonium and Oucasts also. Dr. Feelgood calls the jam. How many points were awarded there? I can't see as they're kind of directly across the rink from us. So it looks like 4 points were picked up by Puget Sound Outcast. And scribbles is what I wrote for Dallas. 67 is their score, though.
6.5 minutes left in the second period, last bout of the first day.
Oh, that was 2 points. I figured it out. I had to translate my own writing.
I did mention it was the last bout of the first day.
Yeah.
Yes, that might be why. Scribbles, too.
Scribbled. Thunderstruck jamming for Puget Sound.
Mo Diesel now cycling to the front of the pack. Quadzilla taking on Chuck Rydell.
Uncle Filthy McNasty, or excuse me, wrong skater, wrong league. Uncle Jesse McNasty is having a good time out there. He just stared on Quadzilla and started giggling.
Oh, power jam in favor of Thunderstruck. We do have the jammer for Dallas Deception. Oh, no.
No, that's going to be a return to the track. That was an error.
So fourth minor being assigned to Chuck Rydell. So Chuck Rydell headed to the penalty box for the Dallas Deception. Thunderstruck pulling through for, oh my, I could hear that hit from here, that hit on.
Yeah, and that's going to be a trip to the penalty box for Uncle Jesse McNasty. That was his fourth minor.
And we have Thunderstruck. 5-point scoring pass for him. Everybody, the pack sort of slows way down.
Nice hit by Dewey Decimator. Oh, nice hit by Thunderstruck into Dewey Decimator, and Magnum eats pie.
Throbbing whistle, the outside pack ref. Actually here from Southern Comfort, I think he's a ref. For them. Yeah,
excellent.
He is from the UK for certain.
And Thunderstruck says, no, let's call it a jam. We're gonna call that jam off. 67 remains on the board for the Dallas Deception, while their jammer, Uncle Jesse McNasty, is gonna start in the penalty box. And we have 268 for Puget Sound on that last jam. That's a big jam. That's like 20 points, something. I don't know. Don't make me do math, Spider. Don't you dare.
I won't.
Thank you.
You're not required. Both of these teams, remember, have skated in really
intense
physical bouts earlier with the Dallas Deception taking on the Gatekeepers and the Outcasts taking on the Misfits. Kind of a crazy midday sort of milieu, and then to come right out of that and
into
go
this.
right back into, I mean, that in itself is pretty intense. Biggie Talls working with Gino Guerrero.
With Biggie stomps. That was definitely woke up the crowd in the stands. Uncle Jesse McNasty is now out of the penalty box.
Biggie Talls working with Earl Slick at the front of the pack. You have Rhino pushing through to get to the front of the pack, and Speed Dealer pulls through for 5 points, calls off the jam. 3 minutes, 7 seconds left on the first period clock. And again, tune in tomorrow because we will have Your Mom Men's Derby. They are going to take on the Magic City Misfits.
Oof, that's going to be an intense game. That's definitely going to wake some people up at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Oh, boy, Heidi. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you what.
And then at 11, you're going to have the New York Stock Exchange take on the St. Louis Gatekeepers.
Oh, boy, another one.
I know it.
If you didn't wake up in time for 9, you're going to be doing pretty good at 11 a.m. Number 7, that's Frank and Beans getting out.
He's only been to the Jammer line a couple of times for the Dallas Deception in this bout. You know, he's doing a nice job here. He's coming up on the back of the pack here.
Look who's jamming for Puget, though.
That's right. Biggie Talls, he gets through. He takes lead at jammer position. As he looks around, he sees Frank and Beans coming up behind him, and he calls off the jam.
Yeah, and all of Puget Sound is smiling, although they were saying, go for it, go for it. He said, yeah, you know, I'm going to call it. Let's get somebody else a chance to jam, huh?
Biggie Tall is actually the president of the Puget Sound Oucasts, and he initially started out, and he still is an official,
yep.
But he started out as an official, and he joined the Outcasts in order to increase his skating ability, to increase his officiating ability as well.
To improve
his skating ability, I mean, he's fantastic. And
yeah, he's a wonderful guy. And he's becoming a very good skater.
And just a testament to his love of roller derby as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And plus the Outcasts.
And
Outcasts are kind of a nice group of guys to skate with.
Yeah, definitely. He's on a mission to declare that he is in fact the tallest man in roller derby off skates. He is 6'7", or 6'8", excuse me, 6'8".
And I think at one point he was. I think there might actually be someone.
We'll find him.
That's right. So number 18, Uncle Jesse McNasty, got a cutting the track minor.
Yep.
And Chuck Hendrick he got a no pass, no penalty. So this will be the last jam because, or no, it's going to be so close because the period clock says 43, 42, and the
one is going up, one is going down. Nobody knows.
I don't know.
Oh, Quadzilla with a nice 360 around Rhino.
And he gives him a little tap there after it happens. Chuck Hendrick now trying to get around Rhino, and then the pivot.
Jesse took some part to the face.
Hollywood gets recycled to the back of the pack here.
Uncle Jesse McNasty says, I'm just going to be a blocker now. We're going to have 6 blockers out here and see how you handle that there, Hollywood. Oh, and this is how I handle it. I pass it to Radillac.
Oh, this is how I handle it. But at the same time, look at the smile here.
Yeah. And Jesse's like, I'm having a good time. How about you? I just also picked up 4 points while you were passing your star. That was pretty excellent.
But it was an excellent move on the behalf of Hollywood when he passed, because he was like, I'm not even going to fight this back while here you go.
Not happening. That's all right. So we got about 15 seconds left in the bout.
And Radillac still has the star there. And
oh, it's Buffalo time.
It bison, is. Beware the bison. It's the bison crossing. And he crossed right there as he gets around Dick Diamond. And he's going to pull through for the full 5 points. That's a Radillac number 35. And this is the end.
Aw, that's the end of day 1.
Not a bad way to go out on a bison.
No, certainly. Yeah, bison.
Mm-hmm. Bison.
Bison. It was Buffalo clock.
Although the interesting interplay at the end of that was a really nice conclusion to this game.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It ended on a high note. So I'm glad that I was able to witness that, talk about it.
Yeah,
be
exactly.
Here,
to enjoy the bison. So 75 is the final for Dallas Deception, and 291 is the final for Puget Sound Outcast. Peace out. They're doing their good game lap, as is tradition here in flat track derby and bank track derby, also roller derby. They like to be cool with each other after they're cruel on the track.
Cool with one another.
Yes. So we're going to wrap things up for the day. We're going to see you tomorrow at 9 a.m.
That's correct.
Spider, I cannot wait to do this all again with you tomorrow. Thank you so much. I had a great time calling with you as always.
I had a tremendous time with you and appreciate you so very much. Miss Val Capone.
Well, thank you so much for everyone, to everyone, excuse me, for tuning in today. We're going to see you here tomorrow on Derby News Network, bright and early, Sunday morning at 9 a.m. See you then.